Okay, welcome everybody to Cardiff, and we've got the departures now for the final two sprints. I'm joined here with the wonderful Dee Kafari. Dee, you've always got something meaningful to say. Just tell us what the mission is for the next two legs into the finish in The Hague, Gothenburg, and then The Hague.
Well, I mean, it's interesting because obviously the race is at the front of the table that everyone's looking at, but for us, we're only 3 points adrift of Scallywag in the leaderboard, so we're really keen to not put ourselves at the bottom of the leaderboard. We want to kind of get off the bottom rung and make sure that our sailing that we've done is reflected by the time we get to The Hague. So we've only got 2 legs to make a difference, and we're going to be out there fighting like everyone else.
And you've achieved so much in this. I don't know how many people know, but you've been around the world 6 times in different formats, either on your own, around the wrong way, or whatever. So you're the experienced cat amongst the boats. What are your real takeaways from what you feel achievements from this race?
Well, Turn the Tide on Plastic is a huge project. It was predominantly 80% of my crew are under 30, having never done this before. I've got 50-50, 5 girls, 5 boys. And I think if I sat there and looked at the other skippers, would they have taken those challenges on? With 10 nationalities, I probably doubt it. But my guys have been on a huge journey, achieved so much, and they've been racing and been competitive and surprised a few people. So I just need to translate that to a few finish lines while I can, and they'll walk away from this campaign very proud, and I'm a very proud skipper of what they've achieved.
Okay, final quick question. You've got so many fans. A lot of your fans are particularly passionate about what you and what you do. A quick message for them.
Yeah, the fight against plastic is ongoing for everybody. The fans we've had for our campaign have been huge globally, and obviously leaving the UK, we've had a great support here, and we're going to take that support with us as we head out the Bristol Channel today. Excellent.
Thank you, Dee. Good luck and safe sailing. Okay, that's Dee Kafari, skipper of Turn the Tide on Plastic. Next up, we've got one of the great characters of the race, and we do love him for all he has to say. We're going to try not to get into too much gambling talk, but let's welcome here David Witt, the skipper of Sun Hun Kai Scallywag. Nice to see you this morning, David.
Always a pleasure to see you, mate. Hey?
How you feeling?
When the sun's up and hasn't gone down.
Right. Always nice to be out in the sun. Yes, we're not vampires. You're not a vampire, right? But you do enjoy a bit of shift work, even when you're on shore, right?
Yeah, it's all part of the bonding process, isn't it, amongst the teams and the commentators.
Yes, David and I had an extremely fun night, the awards night on Friday night. So let's get down to racing. What are the goals for the next 2 legs?
Oh, for us, we just want to get a good result. You know, we haven't really had a result at all since what happened to us. So 2 legs to go. And it's pretty important that we get a result just for the whole sailing team going forward with all the other projects we got on. So I think we're due. I mean, we sailed all right. We've sailed worse and had a better result. So I think we're due. So I think we'll be okay.
And you're used to taking a bit of risk, sort of, as far as the course and the navigation is concerned. Definitely some opportunities to take a bit more risk going around the north of Scotland.
Yeah, I think so. But I think that'll probably be relative to where you are in the fleet. So we'll see what happens. But I think it's going to be an interesting leg. It's going to be an interesting leg.
Excellent, great. David Witt, thanks very much. And always good to see David, the skipper of Sun Hun Kai Scallywag. Right, next up we have got the skipper of Vestas 11th Hour Racing. Let's talk to Charlie Enright. Charlie, great to see you.
Good day, Andrew.
And an up and down race for you, but now your goals are presumably finish strong.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, when we've been out there sailing, we've done a really good job, and we have every confidence that we'll have good finishes in these last 2 legs. And it has been a roller coaster, but it'd be nice to end on an up, most certainly.
And this is your second campaign. You did Alva Medica before. You have always performed extremely well. I mean, for the legs that you finished, you'd be pretty high up the leaderboard. What are going to be your key positive takeaways from this event?
We like to bet on ourselves when it's hard, and there's going to be a lot of tactical, decisions, navigational decisions, tidal decisions, on this leg. And last time we were sailing around Europe, leg 1, we went pretty well. We went pretty well into Gothenburg last time. So, try to start strong and finish strong. It looks like it's going to be an easier race for the boat that gets ahead early.
Yeah, you won into Gothenburg last time, and there's some great scenes of you getting chucked in the tide. Just talk to us about some of the risk that you can take on this next leg. There are a lot of opportunities for a big win.
Yeah, just getting out of here on the tide cycle in the Bristol Channel is going to be the first challenge, and then pretty straightforward sailing across the Fastnet Rock. And then, the Fastnet TSS, inside-outside, that's a big choice. And then there's a massive ridge sitting to the west of Ireland. So do you go up the coast and let it run you over, or do you force the issue and go offshore? So only time will tell.
Okay, and final question. You've got tons of fans in the US particularly, and in Denmark. A word for your super fans and your keen supporters.
We appreciate it all, certainly. You know, as I said, it's been a roller coaster ride, but one thing that's remained constant is the support that we've received. So we really appreciate it. We have 2 more opportunities here to do you proud, one including a trip to Aarhus. So all good.
There you go. All right, that's Charlie Enright. Thank you very much, Charlie. And we've got next up, we're going to take Simeon Teampont from Team Akzo Nobel. He's right behind us here, just doing pictures with all of his fans, signing the backs of kids' T-shirts. Well done. You've got loads of supporters. The Dutch have won this race more than any other nation. Just tell us about the fans back at home and how into this race they are.
Yeah, I think if there's one country that has been following this race from the very, very early days in the 70s on, it's been the Netherlands, and you can already feel it. You know, we're on the other side of the Atlantic Ocean now, and coming towards Holland, and they already moved. A lot of them moved here to Cardiff to have a first sniff, and then I think another third will come to Gothenburg, and then The Hague will be absolute craziness.
I do hear that the finish in The Hague is going to be mad. There are going to be thousands of people, and particularly 2 Dutch teams right up the top of the leaderboard. And
absolutely. I remember when I did this race the first time 13 years ago with ABN AMRO, and when we arrived in Rotterdam, there were 300,000 people, you know, on the queue of Rotterdam, and I mean this says something about our country and the maritime passion that we have, and I mean it's going to be incredible. You know, in Holland we watch soccer, we watch cycling, but this is something else. Which event you get close to 500,000 people, and
entirely possible for you to win both of these legs. I mean, presumably that's your goal.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, from Newport on, you know, we sat together with the team and we said, you know, we made such an incredible comeback and we need to win these 3 legs. And but of course, our other Dutch competitor, Brunel, did an unbelievable job as well last leg. So, you know, it's tight, the top 3, and we need to do our own thing and focus on our own skills and let those other 3 put each other into the bushes and we sail around them.
And final question, obviously, here into Cardiff, you smashed a new record, over 600 miles in 24 hours. It went viral, it was massive, the videos were incredible. Tell us how proud and how big that was for the Akzo Nobel campaign.
It's pretty insane. It's unbelievable big, of course, when you break a record. That's something that, you know, goes a long way, and I mean, it says something about the team that you have, you know. Like, you can win a leg, but to break a record like that says something not only about the sailing team and pushing very hard, but everyone behind that. And that's especially what I'm proud of, is my short team guys that prepare that boat, the guys, the medical guys that keeps you fit. And, I mean, the whole team comes together in a record like that. And hopefully in the upcoming 2 legs, as Brad Ferran said it, let's not break anything anymore except records, so that's what we're going to try.
Very good, thank you. Good sailing, good luck. Currently in 4th place overall, Simeon Teampont and Akzo Nobel, and current world record holders in the 24-hour race for 24-hour record for the Volvo Ocean Race. Well, next up we've got another Dutch team, and these boys and girls have sailed incredibly. The last 3 legs, they have got 38 points to the next best team in 26. Bauer Becking, you've won 2 of the last 3 legs, and you almost could have won all 3. Just tell us what this resurgence is down to, because no one would have put a penny on you when you got into Auckland, and now very much potentially winning the race.
Yeah, it's always a matter of time. Everybody knows we started pretty late. But I think we picked the right people, and I think the right attitude. I think mostly very important. All very talented sailors, and we made the mix came through. And that was one of the things where Brunel really wanted, a young generation and the old foxes like KP and myself. And some way, somehow, yeah, we pulled it off, and we ride in contention and a big chance actually of winning. And we have a good feeling and a good hype on the team.
I did see an interview, and Peter Burling, in your briefing a couple of days ago, Peter Burling said, well, it's going to be intense, we're going to be up all night, and it was a bit like the old bull and the young bull, and you chipped in and said, yeah, well, it is going to be intense, but You got to keep with you got to get enough sleep. Just talk to us about that.
Yeah, it's just one of these things. It's so tempting to go on a, I think it's 1,300 miles just to stay up. But like sometimes, even like us, who people have done the race a lot of times, you just know at one stage the batteries will go flat. So, and sleep is just crucial. And I think that's one of the things we have the people, I can go to sleep and I trust Pete's team and it's vice versa. So I think that's really important, but you have to just say sometimes that's the way to go.
You seem so calm. You've got the chance, having done 7, this is your 8th Volvo Ocean race, and you've got the best fighting chance you've ever had to win this race. Are you up for it?
Well, I think we had a really good chance of winning it. But yeah, I think that is just the way, I think, how we've been going. And I think as well, just how the whole team is feeling. We are the team to beat, in my mind. And the two red boats have the pressure on them because they're still ahead and they feel us breathing in their neck. So this one will be hugely important. Hopefully we beat the 2 red boats, because then we've got the fantastic scenario coming in The Hague with a fantastic finish, which will be great for sailing in general.
Well, it will be, thanks to Bauer Becking, the skipper of the current 3rd place Volvo Ocean Race team, Brunel. And it is incredible. What a cool cat, because they are on the resurgence, they're on the way up. They only need to beat their other opponents, the 2 red boats who we're going to hear from in a moment, to win this race. His 8th time. Can the old bull do it with his young bulls on board? Well, we'll see over the next 2 legs. It'll be great. Next up, we have got Xavi Fernandez, and he has been top spot. Yep. You've been the big dog for pretty much the whole race. Now sitting in 2nd place, 1 point behind Dongfeng, 2 points ahead of Brunel. Quite a different boat race than what we've seen in the first few months.
Yes, it is. It's all so close, and looking forward anyway to this finish of the race, and glad to be part of it.
Yeah, what are you going to do to make sure you close it out? And you can't tell me you feel cool. You're going to do the same. There's a bit of pressure here, Xavi.
Yeah, I know it's a little bit, but I think we're lucky. The team is confident, and we all have been in, I don't know if similar situation, but in some races with some pressure as well, and we have to do. It's hard to say, but we have to do what we have been doing, sail as best as we can. We trust the crew. The boat is always fast, and we have one which is gonna take us from the right way for sure.
Yeah, this upcoming leg, you've got to turn it around, really. You've had a disappointing 3 legs, but all you need to do is beat the other red boat and the Dutch. I mean, you still got to do the same, right?
And the yellow one as well, yeah. But we don't have to forget we won in Newport 2 legs ago, and of course the last one was disappointing, and it was kind of different situation. But we have to. It's a very tricky start here in the Bristol Channel, and hopefully we can start well. And then it's a long coastal race, so there's going to be a lot of work to do.
Well, as Ian Walker said, the current holder of the Volvo Ocean Race Trophy, we're kind of lucky into Newport. Can you get another little bit of luck for the final into The Hague, Gothenburg and The Hague?
I hope so. I don't know. Yeah, you have to be lucky, but you have to be there first. So I think again, I think we're sailing well. The boat's going to be fast enough, and we have to sail a bit better, of course.
Okay, you've got a massive following in Spain. I've seen all the Netty fans here, and they're banging their drums. A few words in Spanish for your fans. Mapfre, such a significant team, and just a few words in Spanish for your fans.
Bueno, nada, que vienen 2 etapas durísimas ahora para nosotros, pero que lo vamos a dar todo como siempre. Tenemos la confianza de que el barco va bien y bueno, pues yo creo que espero que salga todo bien y bueno, pues a ver si podemos celebrar algo pronto.
Okay, thank you very much, Xavi. Good luck, safe sailing. Okay, Xavi Fernandez, he's under pressure for sure. And we've got next up the current leader, but it's only by 1 point. Let's talk to Charles Caudrelier from the Dongfeng race team. Here we are, Charles. Well, you've been chasing Xavi on the red boat throughout the whole race. Finally, you're ahead. How does it feel? Are you going to keep that?
Yeah, we are very happy, of course, of our position, and very excited to go on the next leg. I think we did a fantastic inshore yesterday. The team is 200%, the shore crew, everybody. So I hope we are on the good way, but we know that we have strong opponents also. But we are very excited about the match, which is going to happen on the next 2 legs, and it's good for the public, I think.
Yeah, it's good for the public. It makes my job a lot easier. It's so exciting. And that import on Friday, it is pretty important psychologically for the mood of the team, right? And we saw you in China, mood a little down. Here, a lot up.
Yeah, we had a very good inshore, and we wanted to show opponents that we are 200%, and that was the goal. And now we lost too much points in the previous leg, and now we are going to take all opportunity to beat them. And I think we are okay, but we also have a lot of respect for this guy, and it's going to be a fantastic match. But that's what we like. And now it's the end, and only 2 short legs to go. But this is the kind of leg we really enjoy to sail. Okay,
so there are a few interesting tactical positions on the west of Ireland. There's a ridge of high pressure. How are you going to manage the 2 boats, Matt Frey and Team Brunel, if they split in different directions? One goes earlier. What are you going to do about that?
I think we can't really control them, but of course Matt Frey is very close. To pass us, Brunel need to gain 5 points, because we have the last time. We hope we can keep it. With this short leg, we should be able to keep it. So I think we probably more concentrate on Matt Frey, but that's not our goal. It depends on the situation. I think the main question is how we are going to manage the passage of Fastnet. It's very difficult. I don't know. I don't think anybody has a solution. So that's probably where we are going to control. But after that, I think we have to do a race and forget them, because each time we think too much about Matt Frey, we did mistake and leave opportunity to Brunel to come back. So I think now we have to attack, and that's what we did on the inshore, and we didn't watch them. We did a whole race, and that's where we are the best.
Excellent, well done. Thank you very much. Charles Caudrelier attacking from the front, defending their lead. Charles Caudrelier and Donfong Race Team just 1 single point ahead. Team Brunel only 2 points behind Matt Frey, who 1 point behind these guys. Is going to be an incredible finish. Let's go over to the wonderful Gemma Kerr, who's taking us through the Sailors Parade.
Okay, ladies and gentlemen, it is the time that I think you've all been waiting for. We're going to kick off our Sailors Parade. Are you ready? That's not loud enough. Are you ready?
What if he blowing Anna, can you give big, massive Cardiff cheer for the teams?
Woo! Now, don't forget, we really do have some superstar sailors in our midst, and we really do want to give them a hero's send-off, and we're relying on you guys to do that. Get your cameras out, fill your lungs with oxygen, and get ready to cheer for your favourite teams. And first up, to lead the parade and provide some wonderful music, we have, are you ready for this? The Wonder Brass.
So Wonder Brass have been going for 25 years. This is their silver jubilee, which is great for a brass band. They have members that weren't even born when they first formed in the 1990s.
Get your dancing shoes on, ladies and gentlemen. They are making their way down as we speak. And following in their footsteps, we have our Volvo Ocean Race mascot. I am talking about Wisdom. I'm sure you've probably seen her around the race village. And she is named after a real bird. She's named after a Laysan albatross, which is an endangered species. And she's thought to be the oldest breeding bird in the wild at 67 years old. And she is spreading the message that we need to look after our oceans and our planet and put a stop to plastic pollution. So let's give Wisdom a cheer as she dances through the crowd. Love Wisdom.
Oh, here
I still
she
need to get a
comes.
photo. All right, and we have our very first team on their way through the crowd, representing the United Nations. Put your hands together for Turn the Tide on Plastic. Skippered by Dee Kafari, we also have Liz Wardley, Martin Stromberg, Annalise Murphy, Bianca Cook, Francesca Klapchich, Lucas Chapman, Bledin Mon, Brian Thompson, Federico De Mello, and their onboard reporter, Jen Edney. Let's give them a cheer. Turn the Tide on Plastic really have grown throughout this race. They've put in some strong performances, at times leading the fleet, and it doesn't quite mirror their 7th place position where they are at the moment. But as I say, they have been improving, and they'll be looking for their first podium finish in these next 2 legs. And they are spreading that important message that we need to turn the tide on plastic pollution and look after our oceans and our planet. Let's give them a cheer. And following in their footsteps, we have, sailing for Hong Kong, Team Sun Hung Kai Scallywag. Let's give them a cheer. Skippered by David Witt. We also have Alex Goff, Annemieke Bess, Benjamin Piggott, Luke Parkinson, Antonio Fontes, Libby Greenhalgh, Jack McCartney, Tristan Seal, and their onboard reporter, Conrad Frost. Now, this team does include a sailor whose first experience was in Wales, and he's grown up sailing around Wales. It is, of course, Tristan Seal. So if we have lots of Welsh people in the crowd, which I'm sure we do, you want to give them an extra loud cheer. Woo! Give us a wave, Sun Hung Kai Scallywag! All right, next up, representing the USA and Denmark, let's hear it for Vestas 11th Hour Racing! Woo! Skippered by Charlie Enright, we have Simon Fisher, Mark Towell, Nick Dana, Phil Harmer, Tom Johnson, Tony Mutter, Stacey Jackson, Jenna May Hansen, and their onboard reporter, Jeremy Lacordae. Let's give them a cheer. Vestas are back in the Volvo Ocean Race after their against the odds comeback story in the last edition of the race. They faced many challenges this time around, with lots of curveballs thrown at them, and that does include a broken mast in the Southern Ocean. So they have been through quite a lot. But this is a team of fighters, and they are currently in 5th on the Volvo Ocean Race leaderboard. They won the very first leg of the race, which was Alicante to Lisbon, and they are going to put in a very fighting show for everybody in this next leg. Let's give them another cheer. Vestas 11th Hour Racing! And now, representing the Netherlands, it's Team AXA Nobel! Their skipper, Simeon Tienpon, Jules Salter, Chris Nicholson, Luke Molloy, Justin Ferris, Nikolai Sjeested, Brad Ferrand, Marty Grail, Emily Nagel, and their onboard reporter, James Blake. Let's give them a hand. Now, this is a team of record breakers, newly crowned record breakers. In this last leg, in just 24 hours, they covered 602.5 nautical miles. It was an incredible feat. And it's a record breaker for the class of the Volvo Ocean 65. And you might notice that little fluffy friend there, the Dulux dog. We love him, don't we?
We love him very much. I met him the other day. A big thrill. My favourite celebrity.
He's had the most selfies of anyone, I reckon, during this stopover. And next, also representing the Netherlands, let's hear it for Team Brunel. Skippered by Bao Becking. The crew is also made up of Andrew Cape, Carlo Huisman, Louis Balcan, Pete Burling, Kyle Langford, Alberto Bolzan, Nina Curtis, Abby Ela, and their onboard reporter, Sam Greenfield. Give them a cheer. Now, Team Brunel won this last leg to get here into Cardiff, the last double points leg of the series. They had a slow start to the race, but boy, they've taken it up a notch these last few legs. They are just 3 points away from leading the overall leaderboard. 2 points behind second place Matt Frey. And this is Bao Becking's 8th attempt to win the Volvo Ocean Race, and he is going to give it his best shot. All right, next up, sailing for Spain. Put your hands together for Matt Frey. Anthony Fernandez. Also, Juan Villa, Pablo Arrate, Rob Greenhalgh, Blair Chuk, Willie Altadil, Tamara Echegoyen, Sophie Sizik, Antonio Cuevas Mons, and their onboard reporter, Hugo Fenoya. Let's hear it for them. Now, if you really want to give them a cheer, what you need to shout is Vamos Mafre!
Vamos Mafre!
They are currently second place on the overall leaderboard, 1 point away from the current leaders. And they want to win the Volvo Ocean Race for the first time in Spain's history. And do you know what? They might just do it. What do you reckon? Let's hear it one more time. 1, 2, 3. Vamos Mafre! Okay, ladies and gentlemen, making their way through the crowd, representing China. Put your hands together for Dongfeng Race Team. Skippered by Charles Caudrelier. We also have Pascal Bidigori, Daryl Wislang, Carolyn Brower, Jackson Boutel, Kevin Escoffier, Fabienne Delahaye, Justin Matru, Zhu Liu, and the onboard reporter, Martin Carazore. Let's hear it for them. Dongfeng Race Team. They are the current leaders on the Volvo Ocean Race leaderboard. They're right there at the top spot with multiple podium finishes. But they haven't won a race leg yet, and that is just proof of their consistency, their team spirit, and their fighting spirit. They are the ones to watch for sure. Let's hear it for them. One more time. Dongfeng Race Team. Woo! Okay, now, as they head down to the dock, ladies and gentlemen, we will join them shortly, but before we do, just join us here at the arrival stage first, where we will have the official mayoral handover, and we're going to hear and hopefully sing along to the Welsh national anthem. So join us here first at the arrival stage, and then we'll head over to the dock. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, please welcome onto the stage and give a big hand from the Royal Welsh College of Music and Drama, Fionn Edwards and Rodri Jones, to sing the Welsh national anthem. Give them a hand.
A nawr hoffwn gyflwyno Fionn Edwards a Rodri Jones o Goleg Cerdded Drama Brenhinol Cymru. Ymunwch gyda ni, please join us I ganu'n Anthem genedlaethol to sing our national anthem, Hen Wlad fy Nhadau.
Mae hen wlad fy nhadau yn annwyl I mi, gwlad bairddach antorion, enwogion o fri, ein gwrol rhyfelwyr, gwlad garwyr dramad, dros raddid coll a sant, ei gwaed. Gwlad, gwlad, pleidiol wydd I'm gwlad, dramor yn ddir, i'r byd
a powerful anthem and amazingly sung. Thank you very much. And now it is time for the official mayoral handover. And for that, please join me in welcoming to the stage the Lord Mayor of Cardiff, Councillor Deanne Elizabeth Rees, and the Lord Mayor of Gothenburg, Lena Malm. Now the exchanging of the flags. And the all-important unveiling of the flags. Brilliant. Let's have a round of applause. Special moment. Thank you so much, ladies. Thank you. And now it's time for the traditional blessing of the fleet. And for that, I would like to welcome onto the stage Reverend Aled Edwards.
Friends, let us pray together as we seek a blessing for the fleet. Lord of sea and sky, bless us as we gather in this haven. Bless us in our memory of the ancient people of this land who turned seas into highways, taking faith to peninsulas, their goods to distant ports, and their quest for discovery to uncharted faraway continents that will become our nations. Bless us in our honouring of the modern peoples of this port, who gathered from many nations by land, sea and sky, supplying materials for the teeming factories of our world, in times of peace and war, in times of gain, in times of loss. Setting sail, they sought refuge, prosperity and the place they called home. Many from their striving sought to make this city a capital of sport, a beacon today for the world's champions of the seas. Lord, bless this fleet. Grant those who set sail today a safe voyage and good speed. On the seas that lay ahead, where the industry of our hands is pushed to the utmost, and the technologies of our minds are at their limits, may those who sail be granted a resilience of spirit to see new horizons of achievement by day and to touch and discover stars of accomplishment by night. And in the language of this land, erfynion fendith ar hwylio heddiw, o hafan ein prif ddinas ni, cymuned ar gyfer cenedl. Bydded I Dduw eich cynnal y ddiogel yn ei law, a'ch galluogi ymestyn hyd yr eithaf. Mentrwch, mentrwch, I weld gorwelio newydd eich cyryddiadau liw dydd, a chyffwrdd a ser eich ryddiannau liw nos. Bydded I Dduw y tad, y mab a'r ysbryd glân eich bendithio a'ch cynnal. May God, Father, Son, and Holy Spirit keep those who leave our shore safe in the palm of his hand. Friends, go well. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we'll make our way down to the dock, where our dignitaries, including the Right Honourable First Minister of Wales, Carwyn Jones, will be bidding our teams farewell and fair winds on their way to Gothenburg, Sweden. And after that, we'll be hearing from the teams. So join us by the dock.
Okay, I've got my co-commentator here, Sally Barkow. Sally, just give us your words, your feeling. It's close.
It's super close. It feels like a really traditional morning where the boats are, really getting the energy to get off the dock, and look forward to see what happens on the water.
Let's see if we can get Carwyn Jones here just for one moment. It's okay. We're doing the TV. We'll get you for a moment. Just yeah, sure. We'll get Carwyn Jones. He's the boss in Wales. Just tell us about how good this is for Cardiff and the stopover here in Wales.
Well, it's fantastic. It's been our pleasure to welcome people for a fortnight to our capital city and to our country. Weather's been kind. It's perfect today, and we look forward to welcoming more people back here in the future.
Okay, wonderful. He's going to go and do the dignitary stuff in a moment. We've also got a super fan right here, sir. Tell us your name and where you're from.
So my name is Eddie Hodak. I'm from Victoria, British Columbia.
What brings you here?
The race. I was in Belgium for 2 weeks, and I said I will top it off with the 3 stops here, then Gothenburg, and then Den Haag.
Excellent. Well, that's a super fan, and you're into the race. You're a sailor.
Yes.
Who's going to win? Who's your favourite team?
So I really think it's Dongfang's to lose, but I think the luck of Mapfre is huge. So with a 61-second win in Newport, I wouldn't count them out. But I think Charlie's going to do it.
Okay, so there we go. We got Toss, super fan, giving us the details. And Sally, you're a bit of a fan of the Dongfang.
Yeah, fan of the Dongfang. I think they have the consistency, so I think we'll see them make some pretty consistent moves out of here. But I'm with the luck of Mapfre as well. But we have such a strong fleet, and towards the end of the race, everybody is really pushing hard.
I tell you, I got to say, we had Bauer Becking, and he was cool as a cucumber. He just seems to have his act together. He seems to be, I don't know, he seems to have the wind in his sails, let's say, the wind behind his back.
Wind behind his back, yeah, and I think that they're enjoying their progress, obviously, so far, the last 3 legs at the top of the leaderboard, for sure. They're making improvements each leg, which means they're going to be hard to catch even in this leg. We do know it's going to be light air going into the beginning of this leg for sure, and we know that they struggle a little bit that way, so it'll be super interesting to see if they've made that adjustment in the light air.
Okay, let's go down to Gemma, who's interviewing some of the teams.
I almost feel like we should have at some point a battle of the fans, because each leg they're getting more and more energetic and vocal. And you know what? The teams really do thrive off of the energy of their fans. We've seen it during the Import Race Series, we've seen it during arrivals, and of course we've seen it during the leg start. So it really does make a difference.
Look at this, folks. We got Travis Rice. What a legend. This guy, he owns his own gunboat 60. He sails around the world, but he is most famous for his extreme sports, and he is quite a legend. It looks like we've also got the King of Spain here. I've got Pedro Campos, the real boss of the Mapfre team. A few words, Pedro. How are you feeling? Are you going to win?
Yeah, we will try, at least to finish ahead of the others. But good luck for everybody. This is the main thing, and that everybody arrives safe and happy at the end.
And a lot of fans in Spain. Just a few words in Spanish for everybody watching from Spain.
Bueno, nada. Hoy desearle muchísima suerte al equipo y agradecerle al rey y a la princesa doña Elena que hayan venido a apoyarnos.
And can, after 10 goes for Spain in the Volvo Ocean Race in one form or another, can you finally bring it home, a Spanish win in the Volvo Ocean Race?
Well, this is our dream. Hopefully will happen.
Okay, Pedro Campos, what a legend. And we've got the dignitaries right now, and this is the King of Spain right here. He's Juan Carlos, King Juan Carlos here, so very special for the whole Mapfre team. We've got Xavi Fernandez, the skipper here. We've got Blair Tuke also right here, and former King of Spain, Juan Carlos, extremely passionate sailor. The Bribon campaigns, he's done 60 years of sailing, driving his own boat, absolute legend. The former King of Spain, Juan Carlos. Great to see him. There's Xavi Fernandez being welcomed by the Mayor of Cardiff. We've got Nieti right here. He's got plenty of fans all over the place. Blair Tuke, who's also going for the Triple Crown in sailing, Olympic gold, America's Cup. Can he win the Volvo Ocean Race as well? We've got Tamara Etchegoyen is also here. She is a gold medal winner in London 2012. I watched her do it. She was incredible. Here's former King of Spain, Juan Carlos. He is loving his day here with his Mapfre team. The pride of Spain. Yes, here we come with Richard Brisas, the new owner of the Volvo Ocean Race. He was the boss of the SCA team, and he's been involved in plenty of other campaigns since. We're going to just follow the teams down here, and we're going to doorstop one or two people as the celebrities all carry on down the dock. And I've actually got the boss of the Dongfeng race team here, Bruno Dubois. Bruno, just tell us how you're feeling. This is where you always wanted to be, at the front of the fleet. Can you hold on?
Well, we've never been as close as The Hague, so we're really happy. I think we are consistent. The team is in a good shape. You've seen the import race; they are relaxed. I feel comfortable, better than I was in Hong Kong, Guangzhou. Honestly, we're in a good place, and we have to keep going.
Excellent. Thank you very much, Bruno Dubois. And we've also got Phil Lawrence. He is the head of race operations, race committee, boss of all the racing stuff. Just tell us a bit about the race course that we're going to...
And into Gothenburg. Quite light winds for the start, and then good breeze for the rest of the leg. I'm expecting 4.5 days.
Okay, I'm going to go and find Shano, my cameraman, otherwise I lose the... navigators just being introduced. There's the Dulux dog right there. It's wonderful. He's the biggest celebrity around, the Dulux dog. And Jules is a man with the... Jules, you've got the special job of being with the Dulux dog. I've not seen you smile this much for a long time, Jules.
Yeah, it's all they can trust me with a dog at the moment, but no. Afraid you've got to leave him here and get back out to sea. So,
well, it's an extremely tough job being the navigator. Is this your therapy dog, is it?
Yeah, maybe that's the way it should be. Maybe I should get another one.
Some of the challenges, just very briefly, for the leg ahead?
Yeah, it's going to be pretty light on the start, trying to get up the tides of the Bristol Channel, and then around the south tip of Ireland should be interesting. Then a bridge at high pressure, and then plenty of wind at the end by the looks, so it's going to be good.
Okay, there you go, Jules Salter and the wonderful Dulux dog. Look at that. Brilliant. Well done, Jules. Your most important job of the regatta right here. Excellent. All right, Shane, we're here on the dock, and I think we're going to follow towards Vestas 11th Hour Racing. We've got everybody here on the dock. Okay, Sally is right next to me. Sally, we're just running down the dock here with Shano, our cameraman. Sally, thoughts? Can Brunel do it? Sunhunkai Scallywag right here. We've got all the dignitaries, and Sally and I are right here. Sally, what are your thoughts? Quite an atmosphere here. Only 2 short sprint legs to go, but it looks like the weather very challenging that Jules was just talking about.
Yeah, super challenging. There's going to be a lot of little decisions to make and a lot of focus in these first couple hours out of the leg start.
And they're talking about some of the tidal gates through the Shetlands and north of Scotland. Potentially you can lose massively if you don't get around before the tide turns.
Exactly. It's not really luck. It's going to be discipline to stay in this tide before. If it turns and you start going the wrong way, anchors are going to start coming out, and it's going to be real bad issues.
Okay, well, let's carry on down the top. Oh yeah, come on, we've got Libby Greenhouse here. Libby, legend navigator. Sally, come on in. You ask her the questions, right?
Where are you going to go today, Libby?
Question: lucky left or risky right? So far, it's the chat has been risky right, so we'll see.
Okay, this is up out of the Bristol Channel. That's the first challenge, right?
Yeah, first challenge outside the Bristol Channel, then a bit of a transition, and then off into the Irish Sea. So, risky right, here we go.
Risky right. She's giving us the tactics already. How do you feel back on the boat? You're loving it. This is a lifelong mission for you. SCA before this, and now again you're in the race again.
Yeah, I mean it's great to be back in the race. It's been a bit of a challenging journey for us, but yeah, I think it'd be good to see this one through and hopefully move forward further in the race with more women in the sport.
Excellent, wonderful. Thank you very much, Libby. Good luck, sail safe. Okay, here we are, Sally. We're going to continue walking down the dock here. We've got next up, Turn the Tide on Plastic right here. And we'll see if we can get some words in here. Look, we've got a trio of wonderful ladies who are all about to go racing. Francesca always got something funny to say. Tell us, looking forward to it?
Yeah, of course. I was off the last leg, so I really want to go sailing.
And tell us, what's it like to sail with Dee?
It's perfect. A lot of fun.
Perfect? How can you describe anyone as perfect? There must be something.
You can pay me after, huh? No pounds, euro.
And Bianca, Kiwi, a great history in the Volvo Ocean Race. What inspired you to take part in this race to get here?
There's been some pretty awesome Kiwi sailors coming through, but also there's been some pretty inspiring women as well in the race. And I'm just very happy to be here, and also great to be sailing alongside some awesome sailors. And yeah, this one's all right.
And what's your mission? You want to fill Dee's shoes, skipper your own boat?
Yeah, that'd be pretty awesome to do that one day. That should be a pretty awesome mentor to do that. But let's see how we go in the next 2 legs.
Well, you've got a strong right arm. Maybe Dee, not get rid of you yet. You must be very proud of what's happened.
Oh, huge. The journey they've come on has been massive, and they're not the same people that left Alicante 8 months ago, and I'm really proud of that, and they're racing this boat as hard as any of the rest of the guys in the fleet now.
Yeah, wonderful. Dee Kafari, always good, and thank you to the girls, Bianca Cook and Francesca Klapčić, brilliant. And look out for Francesca, always dancing on the dock. She's a great girl. Okay, we've got Sally right here, just giving her emotional moments, Sally, for you sending your friends off.
Yeah, it's really nice to, they're obviously still a really strong team, but they know that they have something to prove these last 2 legs, and so everybody's got that, extra drive inside, and yeah, you just wish them well. They worked so hard to get here, and now that, everybody deserves to do well in this race, but they especially, and hopefully they can start well and stay ahead this time.
And how important was Team SCA in the last edition for bringing all of these amazing girls? Some of the girls here are more qualified than a lot of the blokes sailing, Olympic medals and the like.
Yeah, for sure. I think there's 17, 18 girls that have come through this race, and, a big portion of them are from SCA, and the experience is doubled for them, and now we can say we have a lot of women offshore sailors, professionally, and enough to make up a really strong team for the next time, and hopefully the momentum can carry on, and that momentum was started with SCA.
And Dee Kafari threw down the gauntlet for women in sailing at the last press conference. What are your thoughts about the future?
Yeah, Dee is one of those who can lead the charge with her name and her stamina, with her drive in the sport and what she's done from her past history all on her own, and now she's come together with a team and even showed more how strong we can be on the water.
Look, we've got some legends right behind them. We've got Hugh Thomas right here. You are instrumental. You made sure that the race came to Cardiff. Some words for the people of Cardiff and what it's been like for you.
Well, it's been a long time coming. We took the decision 5 years ago to whether we were going to host the race or not, and slightly anxious. A new event for Cardiff. First time the race had come here. First time it'd been to the UK in 13 years. But it's really delivered. It's been a fantastic spectacle for the last 2 weeks. Over 150,000 people already visited. Staggering, and a great day to show the crew off as well.
Okay, well, from our Welshman here, we're going to go down to the dock where Gemma Kerr is with Bledin Morn, the Welshman on board Turn the Tide on Plastic.
Okay, so the dignitaries have said their goodbyes, friends and family have said their goodbyes, and it is very shortly our chance to say goodbye. Starting with the first team to dock out, Turn the Tide on Plastic, and I'm joined by Bledin Morn, born and bred in Wales, and now representing the nation here in the Volvo Ocean Race. Does it fill you with pride?
Yeah, it's been great to be down here in Cardiff. Obviously, home stopover for me, so it's been very busy. But yeah, it's great to see so many people down here today on Sunday, ready to watch us leave. So yeah, thank you very much. Diolch yn fawr.
And do I hear that you've had a certain influence on your parents or your father's involvement in sailing? You've kind of led the way and he's followed suit?
I don't know if that's true or not. I think my parents definitely got me into sailing initially. But yeah, they're both keen sailors. They sailed down here in their own boat and met us here in Cardiff when we arrived last week. And they'll be doing their journey home next week. So yeah, thanks to them for coming down.
Oh, that's amazing. And just finally, any budding sailors out in the crowd, anyone aspiring to a career in sailing, any words of advice?
Yeah, I think anybody out there today who wants to get involved in sailing in the future or wants to kind of develop their sailing career further, I think just kind of take on any opportunity you can, try and get as much experience as you can in any kind of boat, and who knows, you could be here in the future. So yeah, diolch yn fawr I Gaerdydd, diolch am holl gefnogaeth.
And just finally, your emotions going into this next leg. We're nearly at the end, and you've just said goodbye to friends and family. Where is your head at? How are you feeling?
Yeah, I can't wait to get out there now, to be honest. We've been here for just over kind of almost 2 weeks, so it's been a great stopover. But yeah, we're ready to get out there again now, get ready to race and ready to get to Gothenburg. So yeah, we'll see you in Gothenburg.
Excellent fighting talk. Thank you very much, Bledin. And now Sweden's Martin Stromberg. Now, we are heading, or you will be heading, to your home stopover in Gothenburg. It must feel like a long time coming.
Yeah, it's been a long race, and we've been fighting a long time. So now it's the most important leg coming up, the leg to Gothenburg.
And who are you hoping to see on the dock when you arrive?
Oh, my family, my friends, my dogs. Yeah.
Oh. Have you seen the Dulux dog?
No, I haven't. Sorry.
Oh, missing out. Okay, and this is your 4th Volvo Ocean Race, and this is one of the shorter legs of this edition. But shorter doesn't necessarily mean easier, does it?
No, it makes it a lot harder when it's short like this. Means we have to work harder, we have less sleep, a lot more maneuvers. So it will be a very tough leg, and I really look forward to it.
Well, we wish you all the very best and enjoy this penultimate leg. Let's hear it as they dock out for Turn the Tide on Plastic. Off they go, ladies and gentlemen. Ready for the next mission. Just 2 legs to go.
I'm down on the dock with Richard Brisas, the boss of the Volvo Ocean Race, newly minted boss. Richard, exciting to be in Cardiff, closest race in history. A dream come true for you, surely.
Yeah, no, it's exciting as an audience. I love watching the competition, and it's outstanding to see the 2 last legs. And for sure, the winner will be the one who do their best all the way to the finish in Gothenburg first and The Hague. So.
Okay, let's go over to Gemma, who's docking out with Sununkai Scallywag.
It's true that one of your first sailing experiences was here in Wales, is that right?
Yeah, so I'm from up the coast in Newquay in Ceredigion, so that's where I grew up, and that's where I started my sailing there, yeah.
And how does it feel to be here in Wales as a Volvo Ocean Race sailor?
Oh, it's great, for this for the Volvo to come here. Last time 10 years ago in the UK, and it's great to come to Cardiff as my home city, really, I guess. So it's great to be here, and the weather's been exceptional. So.
And I've had lots of discussions with fans around the race village of what it must be like to have circumnavigated the globe and to have gone through everything that you've gone through, and then come here to your home port and just see so many fans and a big show of support. So just tell us from your perspective.
Oh, it's been amazing, the reception. I think everyone around. It's just to show how many people are here today and yesterday. It's just been the support's been amazing everywhere. So it's just thanks to everyone, really.
And thoughts ahead of this next leg?
Yeah, it's looking like it's there's a lot of challenge ahead. I think with what we've got, and I think the fight's still on for sure. So we just got to make up some points and bring it up, really.
All right, well, best of luck, and we look forward to seeing what you guys get up to. I know you like to do something a bit different to the rest of the fleet usually, so we'll be watching. We'll be watching. Let's hear it. Team Sunhankai Scallywag. Off they go. The Scallywags. Okay, I'm here now with Vestas 11th Hour Racing, and I'm joined by Simon Fisher, navigator on board. And we were just having a quick chat now, and you said that you've really enjoyed your stopover in Cardiff. What is it that's made it memorable for you?
I know it's been fantastic. The atmosphere and the welcome we've got has been great, and it's been awesome to come back with this race for the first time in just over a decade. I think last time we were here was my first race, way back in 2006. So yeah, to be able to share the race with lots of friends and family has been a real treat.
And you're big into your cycling. Have you managed to fit any of that in this stopover?
No, there's not been much time on the bike in the last year or so, but maybe in July I'll get back on the bike, get fit again.
Let's get fit again. I think you all have to be pretty fit to do this. Now, this is your 5th Volvo Ocean Race, and I'm sure every single one stands out to you for different reasons. And so far, what would you say has defined this edition of the race for you?
Well, it's been pretty windy. No, it's been a really tough race, and I think that this second time around with the one designed boats, we've seen, you know, the level go up. It's been that much closer. It's been that much more intense, and a pretty windy race on top of it all is made for, yeah, certainly one of the most challenging editions of the race I've been involved in. And you know, unfortunately, with our team, we're not in a position to be pushing for first place, but in some ways I'm quite relieved that I haven't got the stress of two very, very closely fought legs with lots of boats to cover. I was very happy to win it with one leg to spare last time, so we're just going to go out and enjoy the last 2 legs, you know, try and bookend this race with a couple of wins.
Absolutely. Well, we are definitely going to enjoy watching, so thank you so much, and give us another great show. Let's hear it one more time for Vestas 11th Hour Racing! Goodbyes to friends and family. They set off to put in a great performance for the penultimate leg of the Volvo Ocean Race, but also to spread the sustainability message.
Well,
another one of the
Vestas 11th Hour Racing just leaving the dock now, Sally. A team that offered so much, had a few incidents, but they could easily be right at the front of the leaderboard. Charlie, a focused skipper.
For sure, and they, you know, they are going to be pushing hard as always, but we've seen them really already win with leg 1 and have really strong performance in a couple of the early legs, and then have a little bit of bad luck, but you know, I think they're due to be right back on track these last 2 legs.
Yeah, certainly he's got it all to prove. I mean, they can, if they finish on the podium at the top in these 2 legs, that'll give them something to go home happy about.
For sure, you know, and some of the things that have gone wrong haven't, you know, it's been a lot of bad luck, so to end the race with some positive results will really make them feel like they really had a solid race.
And the sustainability message, very important.
That's right.
Reusable water bottles.
Yeah, a big deal for this race, and you can really feel the impact as we go around the world, and yeah, cleaning up plastic in the ocean.
Super. Over to Gemma.
Now, I have to ask, I'm sure you've been asked so many questions about this, but just one more time for anyone that might not be aware. Record breakers on board here. That incredible distance of over 600 nautical miles in just 24 hours. That must have been an incredible ride. Can you tell us about that?
Yeah, we found a nice bit of weather, and just all worked out really good for us, and they pushed the boat really hard. So yeah, it was definitely a good run, and got us into second place too, so that was pretty good.
Now, I'd imagine that probably was one of the defining moments so far of this edition of the race, but also from your personal point of view, any moments that stand out?
There's lots of bits of this race stand out, just being out in the ocean, and you know, some of the Southern Ocean was pretty epic. That was good. And we had a good arrival into New Zealand, and it's also been really good to come back to the UK and end up in Cardiff.
Absolutely, the first time in over a decade that the race has come back to the UK, and you've enjoyed that stopover, I'm sure. What can we expect on this next leg to Gothenburg?
Well, to begin with, we've got some sunshine and some light airs and plenty of current out there, so that's going to be a challenge. Hoping for some spectacular scenery around Southwest Island, and probably some wildlife, and a bit of light air, and we're going to get some good breeze.
You're making that sound like holiday sailing. Some nice scenery, some wildlife. Surely your head's going to be in the game.
Yeah, it's going to be close, I'd imagine. All the boats will be in sight with each other, pushing hard. So, yeah, it'll go quickly. There won't be much sleep.
Well, enjoy it. Just 2 legs left. Make the most of it, and we will be watching. Let's hear it as they set off. It's Team AXA Nobel. Off they go, Team Axel Nobel. I'm hoping that the Dulux dog has made it back to shore and he's not also travelling to Gothenburg. Okay, I'm here now with Kyle Langford of Team Brunel. Now, you have to have nerves of steel, really, to sail with your team, whether it's facing King Neptune or fixing the rudder going along at 20 knots. Is that just a normal day with Team Brunel, keeping everybody on edge?
Yeah, well, unfortunately, no one else was volunteering for those things, so I had to go and fix the rudder and also was King Neptune. But yeah, no, it's normal for the Volvo Ocean Race that things go wrong and you've got to deal with it and you've got to fix it. So that's how life is on board.
Awesome. And I have to ask, have you got anything else planned for Nina before we get to Gothenburg?
Yeah, well, we've heard a rumour that the first time you cross the Greenwich Meridian, which is the first time for Nina, that you lose half your hair and an eyebrow. So we've got the clippers on board, and stay tuned.
Do you know what, Nina, you are amazing. You've had to put up with a lot, haven't you? Let's hear it for Nina. She's been a great sport. There we go. Now, we do have just 2 short legs left, and you are 3 points from the top. So what is the mood like on board? You really have got a fight on your hands.
Yeah, no, it's great on board. I think we've been on the up, and we've got the momentum on our side, and all we have to do is beat the 2 red boats, and that's been the game plan since day one, and now we're finally starting to do it. So we've just got to keep the ball rolling for the next 2 legs, and hopefully we'll be there in The Hague.
Okay, got to beat those 2 red boats. Well, we will be watching to see if you manage that, and I know there's a lot of Team Brunel fans out there that will be rooting for you. So let's hear it one more time for Team Brunel!
Okay, here we're right next to Team Brunel. Let's ask a Team Brunel mega fan, can your team do it? Can they win?
They are definitely going to do it. They're so definitely going to do it. Fingers crossed, but they're doing it.
Very exciting. There's real passion amongst the Dutch team. They're on their way to Gothenburg and then The Hague. I mean, they're definitely on the up and up, right, Sally?
They sure are, you know, and they've got the momentum on their side, just like Kyle said, and you can feel it in everybody's smile and energy. They're all around them. They're really happy to be out there, and I think they're going to push hard.
Isn't it just a wonderful bit of energy? And the next team up is Mapfre. Let's go over to Gemma Kerr, who's going to introduce the team, and she's going to ask a few of the searching questions. They've got a royal support with them, with the former King of Spain, King Juan Carlos. They've got Pedro Campos, one of the legends of Spanish sailing, on board. Tamara Etchegoyen, gold medal winner. Sophie Cizek as well. Let's go to Gemma.
Okay, I'm here with Mapfre and joined by Sophie Cizek. Now, your team has incredible fighting spirit. You have had some curveballs thrown at you throughout this edition. Electrical systems failures, I think a split sail. So just tell us, what brings you back in the game every time? You always manage to get back on track.
Yeah, we're a pretty strong team, I think, and we always know that we can fight back and get a good result in the end. And if we can't, we make sure we get to the finish line and still get some points on the board.
And do you think this amazing fan support you've had throughout the race has played a part as well?
Yeah, it's great to be back in Europe. Definitely have a lot of supporters here. The Netty fans are awesome. Yeah, so it's really good.
And this is your second Volvo Ocean Race. So what is it about this race that has convinced you to come back for a second time? Because it can't be easy.
No, it's not easy at all. And coming into Sweden last year with the girls was really good. But obviously, I just got, as a team and doing the race once, you just wanted to do it again. So I came back.
And just finally, the leaderboard is incredibly tight. Is there a bit of a shift in the mood amongst the team now that we really are getting to the business end of the competition?
I know we're still really motivated and sticking together, but there's definitely a bit more focus, and yeah, we're determined to. So I think we're just focused and doing everything we can.
Brilliant. That's what we like to hear. Thank you very much for talking with us, and let's hear it for Mapfre. Vamos, Mapfre!
Wow, there's an atmosphere around here for sure. As Matt Frey leave the dock, we've got all the superstars. Look here, former King of Spain, King Juan Carlos. We got Pedro Campos, Pablo Arate driving the boat out. And remember, they are only 1 point behind the current leaders. Vamos Matt Frey. Thousands of Netty fans, plenty of Spanish fans here, all cheering them on as they leave the dock. And it is a pretty full dock here, I can tell you. And the atmosphere, quite emotional. There we go, we've got Daryl Wislang just congratulating the former King of Spain. They're old friends, having sailed together on Bribon, the famous Spanish. Get Gemma, who's moving over towards the current leaders by just a single point. The Chinese team, their second mission. Interestingly, all 3 boats that we've just seen top of the leaderboard, Team Brunel, Matt Frey and Dongfeng Race Team, all on their second Volvo Ocean Race campaign. I'm sure that's significant. Here we go with, it looks like Travis Rice. There we go, Travis Rice on board the dock. Let's go over to Gemma, who's got a few questions for Travis Rice.
Okay, so I am of course with Dongfeng Race Team, and I'm actually joined by our leg jumper today. We have Travis Rice, the world's most influential modern snowboarder and hailed the world's greatest snowboarder by many publications. So it must take a lot to get your adrenaline going.
You know, certain things I'm comfortable with, certain things I'm not. I'll say that being on board and watching the cohesion with these sailors, it spikes the adrenaline.
And just tell us, so you've been sailing with Dongfeng Race Team several times throughout the week. So just tell us what it's been like for you coming on board with the team.
I mean, look, you know, I'm a part-time sailor, so being able to come on with some of the best in the world, I'm aware of the hardships that these guys go through, and it's incredible to see the teamwork and communication doesn't even need words. It's been a thrill to be here this week.
And both of your sports have a huge affinity with the natural world and our environment, and the Volvo Ocean Race is doing a lot for sustainability. So what is your thoughts on that, and what is your message to people out there? You know, what can we do to protect our environment?
I mean, I think these guys are doing an incredible job. It's education, and it's leading by example, and it's continuing to hammer home the point that we are so connected to the world we live in. So these guys lead the way in it.
And finally, you are a leg jumper, as we just said. I'm expecting great things from you. Have you thought about it? What are you going to do?
Well, you know, you never want to go with too much of a plan, so leave a bit of a cliffhanger. I'll tell you one thing, I'm going to hit the water.
Good. So everybody, obviously you're going to want to watch the leg start, but also make sure you're there to watch Travis jump from the boat. What are we going to see? Who knows? It's a surprise. Thank you for talking to us. I think we need to give these guys, currently top of the leaderboard, a real hero send-off. Let's hear it. Dongfeng Race Team. In their bid to win this thing for the first time in China's history, and we think they might just do it. Let's hear it. Dongfeng Race Team.
Well, quite the party atmosphere down here on the dock as Dongfeng Race Team, our final boat, leave. Sally, emotions, can they win? Can Dongfeng bring it home? 2 more legs.
I think they can. You know, we've seen a lot of happy supporters here this morning. The sun's shining, but everybody's pretty excited to see the end of this race.
Yeah, right, the sun is shining in Wales. What a happy day. Okay, remember, we've got live coverage starting at 15:45 local time, the start at 1600, a little later than normal. Don't miss it. It is going to be extremely exciting. And as we've seen from previous legs, the start, extremely important. Tune in, 15:45.